The West Indies, having lost their two previous matches at the T20 World Cup, will require 138 runs to beat Ireland in their third match. Should the West Indies women get this 138, it would be their highest total at the competition. For in their previous two matches, they have scored 118 and 135 against New Zealand and India. Ireland was going good at 91 for 1 the 12 overs. However, a dramatic collapse which saw them losing 8 wickets for 46 runs, and the last 7 wickets for 22 runs, see the West Indies restricting them to 137 for 9 of their 20 overs. Shamila Connell, Ramarat got 2, and Afri Fletcher got 2. The West Indies is just about to start their reply. The first delivery to Matthews, Maguire bowling to Matthews. She covers up and plays it to mid-on. So West Indies looking to score 138 to win their first match at the ICC T20 World Cup 2023 in South Africa. It must be noted, Maguire passes the umpire, bowl to Matthews outside the half stump, and the back foot punch this behind, backward of point. They have gone for 1, they've gone for 2. The ball runs into the boundary, 4 runs. So West Indies is off and running. Matthews just standing tall and punching it backward of point. Maguire short outside the half stump. Good looking shot. It was a misfield from the fielder at backward point. Nonetheless, it's 4 on the scoreboard. So West Indies chasing 138 to win, off 4 without loss. Maguire starts her run-up, passes the umpire, bowl to Matthews on the half stump. She drives down to cover, no run. Good looking shot. It must be noted that West Indies, apart from beating Bangladesh last week in a warm-up match, have lost their last 15 T20 international competitive match. We hope that trend is broken today. Maguire to Matthews on the stump. She driven back to the bowler, no run. Good looking shot. That was on the stump. It was swinging a little, but good looking shot. She showed the bowler the maker's name on the bat. Short third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a man on the fine leg boundary, and a lady on the fine leg boundary. As Maguire makes his way in, up to the wicket and bowl to Matches outside the half stump, into the covers again. The field and extra cover field, and the return comes into the keeper, no run. So the West Indies is on 4 without loss after 5 deliveries. Matthews is on 1,499 T20 runs. She needs 1 more to make 1,000. Maguire with 28 on her back makes her way in, passes the umpire, bowl to Matthews. Matthews covers up the bowler field, moving to her right, and that's the end of the first over. So after 1 over, chasing 138 to win, the West Indies are 4 without loss with Matthews on 4. Notable, that's the West Indies team on the screen. Stephanie Taylor, who made 42 from 40 deliveries, second match against India, is not in the team. Apparently, she's injured. I cannot give you any update on her condition at this time, but apparently she is injured. Passionate for welcome Meredith. Yes, I'm bringing the live watch along of West Indies chase of 138 to beat Ireland in the third match of the T20 World Cup. Ireland was going good with Gabby Lewis making 38 from 34 deliveries and Carla Prendergrass 61 from 47. We're 91 for 1 after 12 overs before Connell, who got the first wicket, comes back into the attack and have Prendergrass caught by Zadia James at mid-off for a well-played 61 from 47. Thereafter, the Ireland batting collapsed dramatically, losing 8 wickets for 46 runs. In fact, they lost 7 wickets for 22 runs in the final part of their innings. So the West Indies did came back very well and restrict Ireland to 137 for 9. Prendergrass into bowl to Williams. That's Rashada Williams opening with Matthews. Good Yorker, she dogged it out, and no run. So Matthews and Rashada Williams are the 2 openers. The West Indies did not feel good. I was not impressed with the fielding of the West Indies. I think they could have been a little sharper in the field. They were misrun out. I think Rashada, who we interview on this channel, is a wicket keeper. Outside, he has some flashes and misses through to the keeper who did not collect. So 3 balls so far, and the score remains 4 without loss after 1.3 overs. So Rashada Williams is struggling here to get the ball off the square. Rashada Williams and I know Rashada well. I have nothing against her. I'm just saying that she never kept well today. And not only her, but the entire team did not feel well. There were many missed chances. I think she turns us away. Down to find like, will it go into the boundary? Yes, it does. 4 runs. Good looking shot. The ball touched down just on about mid and leg stump. And Rashada Williams clips it away. Down to find leg for 4. Good shot by Williams. I think the team could have feel better. We expect as well as I expect the team to feel. I hope, though, that we'll win this match. So the score is now 8 without loss. 8 without loss after 1.4 overs. So the similar feel. There's a square leg, a mid-wicket, a mid-on, a mid-off, extra cover, short third man, a man on the third, backward point third man, and a fine leg. Outside the half stump, they're going to get... The ball was outside the half stump. Rashada Williams cut, but the ball didn't went anywhere. Matthews came charging down the pitch, and she was sent back by Williams. So that ends well. So West Indies 8 without loss after 1.5 overs. We need to rotate the strike. It's a pack offside field. So there's a third man, a backward point. As Prendergrass moves into Williams drive back to the bowler, no run. So 4 off the first over, 4 off the second over. So after 2 overs, Matthews is on 8, the captain. Rashada Williams, the wicket keeper, is on 4. So Matthews on 4, who is the captain. Rashada Williams is on 4, who is the wicket keeper. West Indies are 8 without loss, chasing 138 to win. So it's a standard field by Ireland. They have a third man, a backward point, a cover, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, square leg, and a fine leg. So West Indies looking to chase down this 137. They have not won a match yet in the World Cup. As I have said, they lost the last 15 competitive T20 international matches. Now, if that is not a reason for a coach to be fired or to resign, I don't know what is. Courtney Walsh is a legend. He's a legend. That we can take away that from him. He has given us many, many happy moments. But no, you cannot be losing 15 consecutive matches and you are still the coach. Barely that gap. Maguire on our way to Matthews. Matthews onto the front foot and drove this through the covers down towards the boundary. But there's a sweep on the boundary. So they will get 1. So the score moves up now to 9 without loss after 2.1 overs. So Maguire, they took out the extra cover and put her on the cover boundary. The respectable Maguire on our way to Matthews and drove down to mid-on. Will they go for a single? The field comes across and stopped it, and both fielders remained in their crease. So that delivery was up to Matthews, and she drove it, but she could not pierce the gap between the bowler and the mid-on. So no runs. They are showing that the win predictor is showing that Ireland have a 55% chance of winning and West Indies a 45% chance. So we are going to turn that around. I really expect West Indies to win this match. Maguire passes the umpire and ball to Williams to open up the face and guide this ball between short third man and backward point. It's running toward the boundary. They are touchdown for one. They turn for the second. They are coming back for the second. So the score moves up now to 11 without loss after 2.3 overs. Russia, that's a good looking shot. That's a good shot. She wait on it, and just at the point where the ball impact the bat, she open up the face of the bat and guide it between the short third man and the backward point, and she got 2 runs. So West Indies move on to 11 without loss. Maguire turns at the top of her mark and bowled to Rashada Williams, drove that and into the feet of Matthews. So Matthews was the fielder on that occasion. Sorry about that. That was just a mistake. That's just how the cricket goes. 11 without loss after 2.4 overs. Maguire turns at the top of her mark. She looks up. Her captain claps away. She begins to move in now. Passes the umpire, ball to Rashada Williams, and she opened the face again. Similar shot, but this time it didn't go between the short third man and the backward point. It went to the left of the short third man who dived to her left and stopped it, and they are through for a single. So Williams is up to 7 from 10 deliveries. Matthews is on 5 from 7 deliveries. The West Indies have pushed on to 12 without loss after 2.5 overs. Matthews to take strike from Maguire. Maguire into Matthews, she covers up. Good soft hands and ease the ball into the cover. The fielder backward point has to move to her right, and by moving to her right, it allowed the batswoman to go through for a single. So that's good running there. West Indies have now pushed on to 13 without loss at the end of the third over. So needing another 125 to win. As I was saying about Walsh, you cannot lose 15 consecutive matches and still remain the coach. Marquis is at the World Cup, and you do not want to fire him in the middle of the World Cup. But unless the team reaches semifinals, which is very unlikely at this time because you both lost to India and New Zealand. And we do not see India and New Zealand losing to Ireland or Pakistan. It means then, more than likely, West Indies is going to drop out of the tournament. I cannot see us continuing with Walsh as the coach after such a disastrous run. Again, I said, he's a legend of West Indies cricket. Nobody can take that away from him. He's the only West Indies cricketer with over 500 test wickets. He's a legend, and we should continue to worship him as a legend. And we should give him his just reward as a legend. But clearly, he's not doing a good job as coach of the women team. When I say these things, sometimes persons ask me, sometimes persons will reply and say, you cannot blame the coach. So who must I blame? If we cannot blame the coach, if the coach cannot get the team to perform at an high standard, and we are not to blame the coach, what is the responsibility of the coach? If I cannot blame the coach, we should have no coach then. Because the coach is responsible for motivating and get these players to perform at a higher standard. Clearly, I've said it on many occasions. The core of this team was in the semifinals of the ODI World Cup last year in New Zealand. So why is it that we are performing so poorly now? We need a new coach. I think we need a new coach. We need players to be coming through also. But these girls can perform better than how they are performing. If you look at the fielding was atrocious today. Very, very atrocious. Prendergrass. The score pushed down to 14 with a loss. So Matthews is on 7 from 11 deliveries. Williams is on 7 from 11 deliveries. So both batsmen are scoring at the same rate. So that was a short ball outside the half stump, rising steeply, and Rashada Williams rocked back and allowed it to go through. Prendergrass, she leans forward as she begins to move it, passes the umpire outside the half stump, and Rashada Williams tried to slash this through the offside. She did not time it well, and it fell short of the fielder at mid-off. Lucky for her. Matthews is going down to a talk with her. Maybe she just need to relax. 138 is not such a big target. We need to just rotate the strike. It's a runner ball plus 18. The four will come. The fours will come. Just rotate the strikes. Pendergrass to William. Yorker. Good delivery from Pendergrass. Rashada William dug it out. Good delivery that. So after 4 overs, the West Indies are 14 without loss. Now, chasing 138 of 120 deliveries in T20 cricket is not a big total. West Indies need to get a good start. They need to rotate this. If we are going at a runner ball, pushing and running, tip and run, we used to call it as little children. If we are tipping and running, naturally, we're going to get 5-6 runs over, and the 4 deliveries will come. This wild swinging is unnecessary. So I didn't like that shot just now from Rashada Williams. And I'm not pressuring Rashada Williams. I'm just talking the truth. What I'm seeing. So Arlene Kelly. So Arlene Kelly is the new bowler. So this is the West Indies 11. As I said, there's no Stephanie Taylor. So Arlene Kelly, right arm medium bowler over the wicket, bowl to Matthews. She eased it down to square leg and they're through for a single. The fielder at backward square leg runs towards the umpire, picked up with the left hand and returned it to the keeper. So Matthews move up to 8. The score moves up to 15. 15, Williams is on 7. No extras. This is real disciplined bowling from Ireland. Real disciplined bowling from the Ireland ladies. No extras. And we're in the 5th over. So Kelly, the keeper's coaches as Kelly into Williams. Williams covers up into the offside, down to backward point, and there's no run. The score remained and 15 without loss. 15 without loss. Keith Aaron, Keith Aaron, we have read Keith Aaron comments already. Winston Berger, coming to your comment. Bowl to Rashada who drive. She drove it down to mid-off, no run. That's what I'm talking about now. That delivery, instead of pressing it down to mid-off, you should have tried to angle it and play it with softer hands and get a single. That's what I'm saying. Instead of trying to go for that big booming drive through the offside and to beat the fielder at mid-off, you could still get a single with playing it with soft hands and using your wrist. Kelly to Williams, and she flicked that over square leg. They gone for one. There's a fielder on the square leg boundary. She run across to her left and field on the backward square leg boundary, and it's only a single. So that run rate going up to 8. We are currently just scoring at 3.5 runs per over. And if we were getting the singles, at least the run rate would have been 5. The 4 will come. There will be bad deliveries. We need to score singles off the good deliveries. Sorry about that. That's all I'm saying. I'll read your comment at the end of the over, Berger. I will do so. So Kelly moves into bowl to the captain. Matthews cut and dropped that backward point. Straight to the field at backward point who dropped the catch. She stood up tall. It was a short ball outside the off stump and she cut and it went straight to the fielder at backward point who put down the catch. And that could be off limits. She never got hands on it. It hit her right in her stomach. I hope no damage done. Seriously hope no damage done. Bowl to Rashada Williams who hit this away over mid-wicket. Down to the boundary for 4. Good shot. Good shot from Rashada Williams. So the drop catch already hurting Ireland. Because if they had caught Matthews, they would not have gone through for a single. So I have seen it happen so many times in cricket. The next ball went for 4. But good for the West Indies. I'm happy that they dropped Matthews. I'm just reporting on what I'm seeing. I'm not one of those biased commentators. I'm happy that they dropped Matthews. Yes, but I'm just reporting what I see. Just a minute. Thank you. So Williams is on 12 from 17 deliveries. Matthews is on 9 from 13 deliveries. There's a change of bowling again. So they're replaying the cut shot. Yes, so Matthews stood tall and cut it. And then the next ball, Rashada Williams come on the front foot and hit it over mid-wicket down to the boundary for 4. So Paul, left arm slow orthodox spinner. On the back foot is Masters, and she cut this away through the covers. The field and the boundary field, and there's no run. There's one run. Sorry about that. There's one run. 21, 22 now. 22 without loss after 5.1 overs. Paul to bowl to Rashada Williams. She swept this brilliantly between short fine leg and backward square leg down to the boundary for 4. Rashada Williams down on one knee and sweeping it magnificently between short fine leg and backward square leg down to the boundary for 4. So the last 2 deliveries that Rashada Williams faced, she hit them for 4. That was a good shot. Well played. That was a good shot. I think that's the best shot of the inning so far. The score moves up to 26. I've moved to 26. Here is Paul. Left arm orthodox to Williams, and Williams down on the front foot, drive into the cover, and they go for a quick single. So the run starts now. So the West Indies have moved up to 27 without loss. After 5.3 overs, West Indies are 27 without loss. They will need another 111 runs for victory, chasing 138. Matthews on 10, Williams on 17. Paul, orthodox, round the wicket to bowl to Rashada Williams, who banged this away through the cover, down to the fielder on the cover boundary, and they go through for a single. So the score is moving along nicely now. Every ball off this over so far, we have scored the first ball a single, second a 4, third a single, and a fourth a single. Williams on 17 from 19, getting that run rate up to 100, close to 100. Matthews on 11 from 15. We'll need to get our run rate somewhere up to 100. Rashada Williams on the back foot, cut down to backward point. They go through for a single chance for a run out. She's out. The ball went straight to the field at backward point, and they went for a single. So Rashada Williams out, run out at the non-striker end. It was a short ball from Paul. She was on the back foot. She cut, and they went through for a single. Let's look at the replay. She cut it. Oh, and Matthews was halfway down the pitch, and Rashada Williams decided to take the run out for her captain. Well. That's a. Did she have the ball in her hand when she break the stump? They need to look back at that replay. They need to look back at that replay if Paul had the ball in her hand when she broke the stump. I need to see back that replay. That's a tricky one. I don't think Rashada should have walked off so quickly. They need to look back at that. I need to see that replay again. I don't quite sure. I'm not saying she didn't, but I'm not quite sure. Advertisement is on the screen now, but I'm not sure that she did have the ball. She did have the ball in her hand when she broke the stump. I'm not sure. I need to see the replay. 28 for 1. After 5.5 overs, Sherman Campbell, our most consistent batswoman in the tournament so far, is at the crease. She have 2 good starts. I hope she pushed on. Paul, short outside the after the matches, cut and miss. So after 6 overs, West Indies 28 for 1, needing another 110 to win, or 14 overs, 6 for 24, that's 84 deliveries. We need 110 to win of 84 deliveries. You can't bake a good cake with substantial materials. Garbage is garbage in, garbage out. Because it needs better quality players to work with. Oh my God, I haven't heard the term tip and run in such a long time. Bringing back memories, the cricket forum. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. Are you going to blame Cuddy for that run out? What I will not do, Winston Berger, is to reply to the simplistic comment. I will not do that. Because how can I blame Cuddy for that run out? You watch the feeling today? You watch the feeling of the team? So let's not go down that way. Who should get the blame for the team not performing? Worldwide, when a team not performing, they fire the coach. What should be different? What should be different from coach? I'm not one who wants to call for somebody to lose their job. I'm not quick to call that. But the team have lost 15 consecutive matches. The coach, they need to be a rethinking. There need to be a different person at the end. At the end. They need to be. Winston Berger, no feelings against Scotty. But that simplistic view is not what I'm taking. So Kelly's continuing. She's bowling to Canberra. On her way, bowling to Canberra, who flicks this away, forward of square. They run hard for the first one, then stop. Good work by the Ireland fielders. So the score moves up to 29-1. Good looking shot there by Canberra just now. Good looking shot. Coach and players are to be blamed. Oh, sure, Winston. Remember that at the beginning of the broadcast, I said the feeling was terrible. I said that Rashada Williams and I are relatively close. We're close up to Monday. We were communicating via text message, so we are relatively close. But I'm here saying that our keeping was not good today. So it's not the person I am talking about. I am talking about the performance. And the performance of our coach presently is not motivating the players who reach the semifinals of the ODI World Cup last year. The core, this team is only missing Stephanie Taylor and Deandra Dottin from the team that reached the semifinals of the World Cup. Oh, and the young lady from Trinidad who is on an 18-month break. So the core of the team is still there. The team should be better. And I've always said, if a team is not batting well and not bowling well, they should be fielding well, because coaching can really, really impact fielding. And we never saw that today. This one cut away into the covers, another chance for a run out. If she hit, Canberra would have run out. What is going on here? What is going on with this West Indies team where the ball is going straight to the fielders and they are running? What is going on? They need to calm down and know that they will get these runs. I don't understand what is going on. That is so true, John P. Nicol. Atrocious running between the wicket. What is going on? I really need to see what is going on. Because the Rashada Williams run out was a needless run out. The ball went straight to backward point. I am here thinking that it must be Ailey Matthews that called, because she was 2/3 away down the wicket, and she was when the ball got behind the batsman, it's a non-striker call. When the ball goes in front of the batsman, it's the striker who call. So if I'm to follow that cricket principle, which these are world-class cricketers, I expect them to know that, it must have been Matthews that have called Canberra, and it must have been Matthews that called Rashada Williams. They need to calm down. They need to calm down and get these runs. The Cricket Forum, do you think perhaps it's a resource issue? With not enough resources being put into our women's team? Just a minute. Matthews just hit a 4. I never saw it. Oh, it's through the covers. Another 4. So good looking shot that from Matthews. She drove it brilliantly to the right of cover and to the left of extra cover on the boundary. So that was a good shot. And the back foot again, and she cut again. This time an even more magnificent shot between backward point and cover down to the boundary for 4. That's a better shot. That's a better shot. Matthews really wanted to win this game. It was short outside the off stump, and she really hammered that between backward point and cover down to the boundary for 4. Good looking shot. Let me about the women team. If what I know about the women team, because as I told you, today I was Monday, up to Monday, I communicated with Rashada Williams after the IPL draft. We communicated about exchange about 3 or 4 texts. So I sort of know what is going on with the women team. And I can tell you that for the past year, there's not almost every month Cricket West Indies have a camp, either 2-week camps or something for these ladies. When it comes to this, maybe we do not have the talent as the other team. They're going for, so Canberra swept and the ball struck on our pad, and Ireland have gone for the review. So let's see what happened here. It looks tight to me. On first impression, it looks tight to me. So let's see what happened in here. I think West Indies, Cricket West Indies, for the best of my knowledge, Cricket West Indies have invested in training a lot. So that one pitch in line, it gonna miss off stump. It's gonna miss off stump. No bat involved, but I think it is going to miss off stump or at best umpire's call, but I think it's going to miss off stump. Good decision by the umpire. So ball tracking is coming up. Pitch in line, turning away, impact in line, missing off umpire's call. As I said, at best umpire's call. Yes, good decision again, a good decision. So if the umpire had given it out, it would have remained out because it's umpire call. So I know that there was a lot of camp, and I know that because a number of times I know that Anthony Kepper, the physical trainer for Jamaica, was working with the Jamaican players, and that Marlon Samuels was working, not Marlon Samuels, Robert Samuels was working with the Jamaican players a lot of time at the University of the West Indies. I don't know, this team should be performing better. It should be performing better. I'm not saying that we cannot lose to New Zealand and India. I'm not saying that. And you must remember that New Zealand population is smaller than the population of the West Indies. Yes, New Zealand population is smaller than the population of the West Indies. Cricket West Indies and New Zealand cricket get the same amount of money from the ICC. The same amount of money. You know, so I don't understand. Something is seriously wrong with West Indies cricket. We need to fix the supply chain, institute program to improve cricket at the grassroots level. That has to be fixed. We need program. I agree with your statement. I agree with your statement. But let me touch on something here. Alec Athanaze, at the 2018 Under-19 World Cup, Alec Athanaze was the leading run scorer, bar none. He was not dropped. Canberra dropped, ball and caught, dropped the lane, and dropped the ball and caught. So barring none, Alec Athanaze was the leading run scorer at over 400 runs. I don't remember from memory, probably 438, but you can check it. So he was the leading run scorer. The lane into Canberra, down the leg side, swept this away brilliantly. The field had short fine leg dive to her left, but could not pull it off. Good shot from Canberra. So the score is reading 46 for 1 after 2 overs. So that was a good shot. Good shot that from Canberra. Canberra seconds over a bat. Delaney makes her way in, ball to Canberra, and that liquor in front, that's going to be a very, that looks straight, yes! That looks straight. Camber is given out. Don't review it. You're dead. Don't no. Please do not. If you did not get an edge, don't review it. That was a poor decision to review that. I'm telling you, I'm a West Indian. I want West Indies to win. But that plum, unless she get an edge. If she did not get an edge, she did. So while that come up, we can say this. So Alec Atanase scored the most runs at the 2018 Under-19 World Cup. At that World Cup was player like Subman Gill from India. We have seen gone on to have scored a double 100 in ODI cricket. And I've played Test cricket for India and is present in the India squad that is playing against Australia. So we have seen great stride by Subman Gill. Finn, who opened for New Zealand at last year's World Cup in Australia, was also there. Harry Brooks, who is playing for England now, is also there. And Harry Brooks have been doing very well. Will Jack was also there. So there are a number of players who Alec Atanase batted at the 2018 Under-19 World Cup. You see, that's what I'm saying now. That is foolishness. Why you review that when you're dead? It's just selfish. If you never nick it, why review it? It was dead straight. And the captain was at the non-striker's end and still allow her to review it. I can never understand. So all these players have been playing Test cricket 2 years ago. And I'm wondering why our players cannot develop at the same rate. Look at Jofra Archer. Jofra Archer was a part of this training squad, the West Indies training squad for the 2016 World Cup. He never made the team to Bangladesh because players like Alzari Joseph, Shamar Older, Paul, Odin Simit, those guys made the team ahead of Jofra Archer. Look where Jofra Archer is now compared to those bowlers. And I'm not saying that some of these guys have not transitioned. But we cannot, except for Joseph, I don't think we can compare any of them to Jofra Archer. And that's all I'm saying. Why is it that our players are not developing at the same rate as these other players? It can't be down to Cricket West Indies alone. It must also, where does the take responsibilities? Take responsibility. Where? At what time does the players start taking responsibilities? And don't tell me about infrastructure. If you are really serious, there are so many things that you can do. You can bat socks. You can do spot bowling on your own. People will come and feel ball to you if them go do some spot. I know that. There are so many things. Brian Lara said that is win ball cricket he used to play. You know? And while infrastructure is good, without the infrastructure, ask Gardner Greenwich, Desmond Haynes, Lawrence Rowe, Viv Richard, Richie Richardson, ask them, Clive Lyde, Roy Fredericks, Rowan Kanai, what infrastructure they had. There's a time come when these guys need to take responsibilities. Alec Atanase, the leading run scorer at the 2018 Under-19 World Cup. And he is just making the West Indies team. I've been playing first-class cricket for the past 4 years, 3 to 4 years, over 20 first-class matches. You have just scored a century. Glad that he's in the West Indies team, and we wish him to do well. But I'm just using him as an example. I'm not bashing Alec Atanase for Archer. I'm just showing the comparison. between the development of someone like Subman Gill, who Athanaze outscored at the 2018 World Cup, Will Jack, Harry Brook, you name them, they were always there. Matt, Finn Allen, they were there. And the list goes on. You know, so something not only at the grassroots level, but when some rare talent comes through, we also need to ensure that those talents progress at the rate that other countries' talent are progressing. So not only at the grassroots level, Berger, Matthews whipped this away down to square leg for 4. Back with a square leg, the fielder dived over the ball. So Maguire is back into the attack after bowling 2 overs for 9 runs. She's back in the attack on Matthews' pad, and she whipped it away between the legs of the umpires down to the boundary for 4. The square leg umpires down to the boundary. She had us to open her legs just now so that the ball passed through. Maguire on our way to Matthews, who have moved on to 26 from 23 deliveries. And Matthews ease this down to backward point. Will they go for a single? No. They learned their lesson. Well done. Didn't go for a single. So it was a good innings from Orla Pendergrass, who made 61 from 47, and Gavin Lewis, who made 38 from 34. And at one stage, they threatened to take the match away from the West Indies, because after 12 overs, they were 91 for 1. Maguire to Matthews, and she cut this pass backward point down to the boundary for 4 more. Matthews is in scintillating form today. So the score moves up to 56 now. Matthews is in good form. Cut that away, down backward of point. So she have increased her run rate to above a runner ball. West Indies need to win this match. 56 for 2, 9.3 overs. That one was on middle stump, and Matthews looked to force it away through mid on, but the bowler failed in her follow through. So she's just touching about 89K per 89K. Generally, in the female cricket, 100K is really the mark, and there are some girls, some ladies that bowl as fast as 120, as 120K. On the back foot, and she guide this to the fielder on the cover boundary, and they are through for a single. West Indies have pushed up to 57 for 2 after 9.5 overs. Maguire walks back to the top of her mark. West Indies 57 for 2, chasing 138. So 57 from 138 is what? 81. So West Indies need 8.81 runs to win in 10 overs. That's just about 8 runs are over. Henry, Chanel Henry, second for batch. He's on 1 from 2 deliveries. Maguire starts to move in, passes the umpire, ball to Henry, and she whips this away down to mid-wicket. The fielder comes off the mid-wicket boundary and feel it was a full toss on her leg, and she just whipped it away. She should have done better, but she got a single anyhow. So 10 runs off the over. So Maguire, at the end of her third over, she have conceded 19 runs. She have not gotten a wicket. Matthews is on 31. West Indies 58 for 2 after 10 overs, needing exactly 80 runs to win, and they need 8 runs per over to win. So that's good going. It's fairly good going, because 80 runs from 60 deliveries, that is a runner ball plus 20. So that's 5 fours. So 5 fours. So it's very important that we keep rotating the strike. Now, Senior Cup cricket in Jamaica start this weekend coming up. And before I get to that, I'm just going to ask you to please click on the links in the video description and support Best Buy USA and Soulmate Cricket Shoes, which are sponsoring today's broadcast. Please support those entities that are supporting the cricket forum. So please click on those links. So Senior Cup cricket starts this weekend coming up. If there's a video on the homepage of the press conference that the Jamaica Cricket Association held on Wednesday to launch All-Ireland Senior Cup Cricket Competition. 24 teams will be taking part, all the parishes, except Kingston and St. Andrew. As you know, there are a number of clubs in Kingston and St. Andrew. So you do not necessarily have a team from St. Andrew or Kingston, but other 12 of a team. Also, Mike University is taking part, GC Foster College is taking part, and the regular clubs like the Melbourne, the Lucas, the Kensington, the Police, the JDF, all of those teams will be taking part in the All-Ireland Senior Cup Cricket Competition. It's a 2-day cricket competition. It's a 2 innings affair match. So we are back to red ball cricket. And I think this is the first red ball cricket tournament that will be played since COVID. The JC have hosted tournament. I may be wrong, but I cannot recall a red ball tournament on since COVID. I think it's always some ODI matches and some T20 matches and a T10 cricket competition. So the video for the video in which the cricket competition was launched it's there. So you can, if you want to hear what the JCA was saying, the chief cricket officer, Anil Cruikshank, if you want to hear what he was saying, you can look at the video on the homepage. The Cricket Forum brought that press conference live. So we are back with the game. Delaying it to continue. Ball to Matthews. Matthews and Henry facing. Henry, and she on the front, on the back foot, she put that mid-off misfield and will run away to the boundary. Yes, into the boundary now for 4. So the first ball, the first delivery after the break was a short one. Henry on the back foot, punch it down to mid-off. The fielder came across, misfield, and it went down to the boundary for 4, delaying it to Henry. And Henry eased this ball again to the right of the fielder at mid-off. She ran to her right, picks up, and there's another single. So 5 of the first 2 deliveries, West Indies need to score at a run rate of 8 runs per over from here to win the match. 62 for 2 after 10.2 overs. Matthews to take strike. She's on 31. Delaying it to Matthews, and she eases into the onside. The fielder comes off the long on boundary and field and another single. Good rotation of the strike here from the West Indies. Matthews adjusting her helmet or the hair under the helmet. She have pushed on to 32 from 28 deliveries. Henry to take from Delaney. Right arm over the wicket. Bowl to Henry, and that's a good delivery. Henry covers up and plays it back to the bowler. She seemed to be bowling leg spin. It appears that she's bowling right arm leg spin. So Delaney, having bowled 4 deliveries so far in this over, have conceded 6 runs. This is our second over, 1.4 overs, conceding 12 runs. There's adjustment into field. They finally appears to second on a field now. Yes, they second. Delaney to Henry, and Henry plays this ball off the back foot down to the fielder at mid-off, and there's no run. They were looking for a single, but the fielder did well. She misfield, but the ball remained in front of her, so they could not go through for the single. This bowling is very easy. There's some adjustment in the field again. There's a short fine leg, a short third man, a mid-off. Now they are pushing. The cameraman giving me a good angle to see so that I can see where they're pushing the fielder to. These producers, sometimes you wonder. Delaney to Henry, and that's what one was dead on Miggle stump. She gave herself room and eased it down to cover, and they are through for a single. The return came into the wicket keeper. So after 11 over, West Indies have scored several runs off that over. So they are 65 for 2. Chanel Henry batting at 4. And so we hope that Shady Nation will follow Chanel Henry, because that's where the bulk of the batting should come from. Yes, man. Have you ever heard about catchy shubi? Yes, man. Me used to play catchy shubi. Me used to just feel the ball and give one guy named Yak Door. I remember Yak Door. Yak Door to me is the best bowler I've ever seen. You know, I think that if that young man had developed, he could have been a real real good first-class bowler. But in the bush from where I came from, York Door. That time we used to play catch a shoot with bunker bat, and we used to pick the young grapefruit. The young grapefruit we used to use as a ball. Now and then we might find a ball, or somebody might give us a ball or something. But by and large, it's young grapefruit we used to use for ball and bunker bat. So I just used to feel the ball and give Mark Door for ball. Because I mean, alone could have bat Mark Door. Yes, I mean, alone could have bat it. Yes, Winston Berger. Yeah, man, we know about catchy sugar, man. Me used to bat all days. Me used to bat days. Matthews is on 32. Henry is on 9. West Indies 66 for 2 after 11.1 over. And she cracks this away. Forward of point. The fielder comes around and the boundary and later diving stop. Will they go back for the second? Yes, they have. That was a good looking shot from Matthews. So the score have moved up to 68 for 2 after 11.2 overs. Yes, Winston Berger. You use Winston Berger? You used to play it? Or you heard about it? Might have heard you heard about it, Winston Berger. You never used to play it. Matthews, seconds overs are bat. Paul, left arm round the wicket to bowl to Matthews, and she cut and misses. The keeper collects. So Paul is bowling left arm round the wicket to Matthews. Orthodox, left arm orthodox. This young lady, Paul, is putting a lot of action on the ball. Paul, round the wicket to Matthews. Matthews cut and miss again. So the second delivery, the second similar shot played by Matthews. I don't think she need to come over more to the ball. I think she probably need to ease on the front foot and drive the ball off the up instead of trying to cut it. Or give herself some room and hit it through the covers. Matthews again. Back on her stump and whip this away. Wide off mid-on. The fielder and the mid-wicket boundary runs in and she feeds another single to Matthews. The West Indies score moves up to 69 for 2 after 11.5 overs. Have you heard? Yes, Winston. Have you ever played? I've been showing the West Indies team, and just let me show the Ireland team. Short to Shell Henry, and she banged this away through the covers down to the fielder on the cover boundary. So another single. So good over that for Ireland. Only 5 runs came off that over. And 7 runs came off the previous over. 5 runs came off this one. And so that is 12 of the last 2 overs. And when West Indies need to score at 8 runs and over to win. So after those 2 first overs, West Indies are 4 runs short, needing to score at 8 runs and over. So, but it's still within striking distance. So they need another 68 runs from 8 overs, 64. So they need 8.5 runs per over to win at this stage. So we are still within striking distance. I still think we can do it. Zadia James, the left-hand bat woman to come. Delaney, ball to Henry. Henry swings this away down to square leg. The fielder misfield and they are back for the second. So the fielder on the backward square leg boundary came across, tried to pick up one-handed. She missed the ball. It hit her feet. It hit her foot though. And she was able to in front of her, and it never run into the boundary. But it gave the West Indies batswoman time to come back for the second. So 72 now. 72 for 2. Zayda James. I heard of a very popular sport person in Jamaica saying that Zayda James is a fast bowler. I was shocked out of my wit. I don't know. These guys don't follow the cricket, They just read scores. They don't follow the cricket. They do only read scores. So that one was pushed down to mid-on, to long on by Henry. Zayda James, who opened for the West Indies at the Youth World Cup, bowled left arm spin. A very popular commentator in Jamaica. I have never heard him commentating yet. He always reading sports. So that Zayda James is a fast bowler. You bet if you don't know, just shut up. That's how I see it. you know. Short to Matthews, and she swings this away high and hard. Upward square leg for 6. Good shot that by Matthews. It was short, it was a long up, asking to be hit, and she really hit it high and hard square leg as West Indies pushed on to 79 for 2. Chasing 138. So Delaney was short, it was a long up, and she hit that beautifully. It went 66 meters. That's a good shot. 79 for 2 now. Chasing 138. So that's what, 59, 21, and 38, 59. Right. Delaney seemed confused now. She moves in, then she stopped, and she go back to her mark. She begins to move in. Bowl, that's a full toss. Matthews looked to whip it away through mid-wicket, through the onside. She misses, and a dot ball. She should have done better there. That was a full toss on her pads. She should have at least got a single. She should have made contact with that delivery. Matthews on 41 from 35 deliveries. Delaney, bowl to Matthews on the leg stump, and she eases it down to short, fine leg, and Henry is through for a single. So 6 and 1, 7, 10 runs off that over. That's much better now. 10 runs off that over. So the 3 overs since the drinks break, West Indies have scored 22 of those 3 overs and have scored 24. So we're still on track. And as long as Matthews remain there, and Chanel Henry and Sheddy Nation, I'm telling you, they are ball beaters. And Zadia James is a good-looking batswoman too. So we are in good position. I think we're in good position as long as we continue to rotate the strike. So there's a graphics on the screen here. So that whenever West Indies is chasing any total above 110 at a World Cup, at this World Cup cycle, during this World Cup cycle, they have lost 11 matches, and they have lost all 11 of them. Whenever they are chasing more than 110, we need to set that right today. So Prendergast is back for a third over, bowl to Matthews, and Matthews drove this down to mid-on. The fielder came across to her left, but cannot prevent the single. So another run on the board for the West Indies. I've now moved up to 81 for 2 after 13.1 overs. You wait. Okay, Winston Berger, you used to play. That's good, man. That's good. Oh, once you work at Railway, during lunchtime. A man called Winston Davis batted for weeks. He was a former Jamaica player. Winston Davis. I remember Winston Davis, who used to play for the Windward Islands. I remember Winston Davis, who used to play for the Windward Islands. But the name Winston Davis, who used to play for Jamaica, is not coming to me now. But you would have played with him, so you would have known him. Another single to Henry. Prendergast to Matthews. Good run in there. She just ease it into the outside. That's what I was saying that they should have been doing. The wrist and the soft hands. Just relaxing the hands and using the wrist to just guide the balls, the deliveries into the gap. You work at Railway. Yes, anybody who work at Railway used to play a lot of cricket. I remember Winston Davis, who played for the West Indies and the Windward Islands. There was one Sunday evening at Sabina Park. Jamaica was playing against the Windward Islands. That's a good shot that from Chanel Henry. It was short outside the half stump, and she ramped it over short third man down to the third man boundary for 4. She's smiling because apparently it's the first time she have ever played the ramp. It was short and she just ramped it. Yes, it was deliberate. She just ramped it. Well done, Chanel Henry. It doesn't look as pleasing and classical as some would have done, but you can see that she deliberately played it. She was smiling. 7 runs from 4 deliveries so far off this over. 87 for 2. We are in the 14th over. Prendergast on our way to Henry on the off stump, and she eases this down to the fielder on the cover boundary, and they are through for a single. So we have the 8 runs off this over now. We need 2 more out of the over to get the run rate at exactly 8. So that's the end of the over. So there was a Sunday evening. I can't remember the score in that match. It was a long time ago. What I do remember, though, is that Winston Davis, Matthews cut, and the ball hit the bottom edge of the bat, went into her pad, and Henry called her through for a single. So that ball was on the pitch when Henry called Matthews through for a single. So 9 runs out of that over, 4 and 5 single. 9 runs out of that over, even better than I thought. And it's the first time I ever saw slow ball bowling cricket. And Mark Nita was batting at the Georgia stand end. So Winston Davis was coming from the press box end. And when he delivered the ball, it's the first time I saw a man search for a delivery. That when Mark Nita finished searching for the delivery, he was facing the Georgia stand, and people start booing. That's how good that delivery was. He turned Mark Nita right round one Sunday evening. Rain was falling earlier in that Sunday too. And he turned Mark Nita right round. And everybody started booing. And you know, during those times when you're watching Red Stripe Cup cricket, because it was Red Stripe who was sponsoring the regional 4-day cricket competition that time, there was a good crowd at Savannah Park on a Sunday evening. And he turned around Mark Nita, another sharp single by the West Indies. So they are doing this very good now. John P. Nicol, Winston Davis, fast bowler, played for Windward Islands and West Indies. Yes, John P. Nicol, thank you. Yes, man. When he played Shell Shield, when he played when it was Shell Shield. That's the Winston Davis you're talking about. Because what Winston Berger is saying, that there was a Winston Davis who used to play for Jamaica too. I will check. I will check it. It's not that I doubt. It's not that I doubt you. Henry swings and misses. Kelly tossed up one outside the half stump, and Henry swings. If she had connected that ball would have dropped in Zimbabwe. It would have dropped outside of South Africa. She really swings hard at that one. Almost swinging herself off her feet. Kelly to bowl to Henry, and Henry just eased the ball between cover and cover point. And they're gone for one, they're back for the second. Will they come for the third? Yes, they're coming for the third on the bowler arms. The ball comes in at the bowler's end, but they're back for the third. Good running, good running. This girl, Chanel Henry, always laughing. She's from Jamaica. Always laughing. That was a good shot, played between cover and extra cover. She waited on it and just eased it through cover and extra cover. This young lady, she's taking all the pace off the ball. And so Ireland decided to set a field with no one on the cover boundary. So Kelly, wide delivery. Matthews who's on 46 or 40 deliveries, just allowed it to be wide. So West Indies is on 94 for 2. So it's getting closer. So now we are 44 runs from 33 deliveries. So it come down to 11 runs, the difference between deliveries and runs. Remember, just after the water break, we were at 20, so good going. And Matthews cut, and the fielder dive and cover, good stop. Good stop, although she got a favorable bounce, but it was a good effort. She plucked it out of the air, it did not fumble. She got a favorable bounce, but she dived and was ready to throw. Good feeling, I love that. Kelly to bowl to Matthews. Right arm over the wicket, passes the umpire and ball to Matthews, and Matthews cut brilliantly between backward point and short third man down to the boundary for 4, and that is Matthews 50. Well played, David Matthews. The West Indies captain is taking her team home to victory here. That was a good shot. She has played some spanking shot in this inning so far, and she's now 50 from 42 deliveries as West Indies move on to 98 for 2, chasing 138 for victory. So West Indies now need 40 from 31 deliveries. So the score now have moved down from 20 at the water break to now 9. So the difference between runs and deliveries is now 9. Matthews facing Kelly. Kelly up to Matthews, and she cuts and misses. The keeper collects. That's the 4th time Matthews is cutting and missing like that outside the half stump. The end of over number 15. West Indies 98 for 2. Need 40 runs from 30 deliveries. Matthews is on 50. With her is Chanel Henry, as advertisement is on the TV station. He played with Foster and McMorris. Bull McMorris and Maurice Foster. I played table tennis with Maurice Foster once. Maurice Foster could really bat. Those are 2 good batsmen. I think McMorris passed away sometime last year. Yes, McMorris passed. May his soul rest in peace. He passed away sometime last year. Maurice Foster is still with us though. So, okay, so he was playing a long time. Because Foster and McMorris play when I was really a little boy. Maybe I wouldn't know much about cricket that time. I wouldn't know much about cricket that time. I think when I really start watching it was in the era of the Rowe, the Chang, the Mattis, the Austin, the Colin Fletcher, the Daly, Olding. That's the time I always start watching. He played with Rowe too. But Rowe was probably a little younger than him because but we will check it. We will check it. Berger, you are correct. I remember him. Well, John P. So why John P. You have to talk up long time, man. You have to talk up long time. That is good. Paul, this young lady, Paul, is putting a lot of action on the ball. Right arm, round the wicket, ball to Henry. Henry stands tall and hit it down to the fielder on the cover boundary, and they are through for a single. So 39 now needed from 29 deliveries. West Indies should win from here. With 8 wickets in hand, we should win from here. Ireland made 137 for 9, a dramatic collapse, losing 8 wickets for 46 runs. Well, they lose the last 7 wickets for only 22 runs, as Connell got 3 wickets after Fletcher 3, and that's cut away by Matthews, but fielded at backward point. Are they true for the single? Yes, they are true for the single. 38 from 28 deliveries. West Indies should win from here. Matthews on 51. Henry on 23. The 100 have come up. So 100 for 2 after 15.2 overs. Paul, left arm round the wicket to bowl to Henry. Short, cut and misses. She jumped on her feet and saying, oh, may I miss that? The West Indies batsmen continue to cut and miss these deliveries. They need to give themselves some room and cut those deliveries. If they are going to play the cut shot, they need to give themselves some room. Paul, left arm, round the wicket, ball to Henry, and then a drive straight to the field at mid-off as she dropped the catch. It appears that she dropped the catch, but that was straight to the fielder at mid-off. She dropped the catch. You can see the disappointment. The return came in. Matthews dive and appears to have hurt her left shoulder. Let's see what is happening here. She's still on the ground. So it was full outside the half stump. Henry hit it. She drove it. And you know that Henry is probably the hardest hit off the ball in this West Indies women team. And she gave it the kitchen sink, cut and misses again. They are trying to go over to cut the ball when instead of trying to go over to cut the ball in the orthodox way, they should be sliding their right foot outside of the leg stump and give themselves room to cut that ball. That's what they need to do. They are trying to go over to the half stump and cut the ball, but when they do that, the ball is too close for the cut shot. So they need to slide that right foot to the leg side and cut it. A full toss put away by Chanel Henry over mid-off down to the boundary for 4. So 6 runs off this over. So West Indies need 34 to win from 24 deliveries. We should get home. 34 from 24, 4 sevens, 28, 4 8, 32. So we still need 8.5 runs per over to win. But we should get home with 8 wickets in the shed. 104 for 2 of 16 overs. You know, we should get home with those wickets in the shed. In the shed. Eastern McMorris and Maurice Foster were 2 Shell Shield kings back in the days. Yes, yes. And Anthony, true Anthony. I don't have my glasses, but I saw your first name. Big up Anthony, and thank you for contributing to the show. Welcome to the show. First time I'm seeing you on the show. Really, really appreciate it and continue to support the channel. I'll talk about supporting the channel. Please slash a like on the video and click that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed. It's free to subscribe and you click only once. And support the sponsors of today's show, Best Buy USA and Soulmate Cricket Shoes. Their links are in the video description. Click on those links. So Prendergrass to bowler final over. Having bowled 3 overs for 14 runs, bowled to Matthews, and Matthews hit this away down to the boundary for 4 over extra cover. She pitched up and Matthews onto the front foot and just hitting it away over extra cover down to the boundary for 4. West Indies have moved on to 108 for 2. We are in the 17th over. Good shot that by Matthews and accessing the right area where there is no fielder. Good shot. Yeah, Eastern and McMorris, they were a real giant for 2. Yeah, I heard a lot about Renford Pinnock. I heard that he was a very good keeper and he was a very good batsman, and he's probably the best batsman never to play Test cricket. Penned across to Matthews on her back foot, cut that away, forward of point. They're gone for 1, they're back for the second. They feel that backward point, dive to her right, but she could not stop it. So 2 more to Matthews. You know, Ireland have dropped a number of catch in this chase and they have misfield a number of deliveries. But so too was the West Indies. Berger, don't you watch the West Indies in it? Watch the West Indies fielding innings. We were pathetic also. 28 needed from 22 deliveries. On the stump, Matthews worked this away, down back with a square leg. The fielder at short fine leg, she ran to her left, picked up and underarmed it to the keeper. And the West Indies move up now. We're needing 27 from 21 deliveries. So it have came down since the drinks break from a difference between, you wouldn't know what just happened right away. From a difference between the ball difference and the run difference is 20. It have now came down to 7. Can you believe that the screen just went blacked out and they are showing all sorts of things on it and are not showing any cricket? With West Indies about to win their first match, the screen just blacked out and they are not showing any cricket on it. I cannot understand what is going on here. I cannot understand. I heard that Renford Pinnock was probably the best batsman that Jamaica have ever seen not to play cricket, to play for West Indies. I heard that he was a very, very stylish batsman. I have not seen him myself, but I heard that he was very stylish and he was very clean. He used to play for St. Catherine Cricket Club, I think. He used to play for St. Catherine Cricket Club out by Shedwin Park. Okay. Yeah, well, I need to turn on this because I can get myself into trouble. What's going on? Go down now. I can get myself into trouble here now. Once the feed come, that now I have to wear my glasses. I get in the feed from my phone. So let me see this now. So West Indies need 25 from 18 deliveries. All of a sudden, that screen just went. The television screen just went. I don't know. So West Indies 113 for 2, needing 25 from 18 deliveries. I don't want to put on my glasses, and I probably have to put on my glasses to see who's batting. But we know we need 25 from 18 deliveries. I hope that feed come up back because that is a much bigger screen. 25 from 18 deliveries. Yeah, I heard that Renford Pinnock was a very, very, very stylish batsman. And, you know, he was clean like a whistle. That's what I heard, that he was good. So West Indies. So this is Paul. Paul is bowling. She's in her 4th over. The left arm orthodox spinner bowling round the wicket. She bowling to Matthews. Outside the half stump, and Matthews caught this. Dropped again at backward point. There's a chance for a run out. The ball comes in at the bowler's end, but they went through and got the single. So she cut again. It went straight to the field at backward point. It dropped. Chanel Henry charged down for the single. Matthews was worrying about what was happening. And then they went for the single. Well, that ball, if it had gone to the keeper end, maybe Henry would have run out. So Paul, round the wicket short, and Henry hit this away down to the field and cover boundary, misfield down to the boundary for 4. Was that 4 or 6? Was that 4 or 6? There's clapping and jubilation in the West Indies dugout. It was a 4. It was a 4. Oh, this feed had come back. So this feed is ahead of the feed on the phone. So we are now 120 for 2. Courtney Walsh is smiling. 17.4 overs. 18 runs from 14 deliveries. The left arm spinner, Paul, short and cut straight to extra cover. Henry out. Henry out straight to extra cover. No mistake this time. 34 from 37. Well played, Henry. Matches is on 60 for 49. It was a short ball from Paul. Henry stood up tall and looked to cut it away over the offside, as she have done so often. But she picked out the Ireland fielder at extra cover, and Delaney took the catch, and there's jubilation as they got their 3rd wicket. And let's see what will happen from here on. West Indies 120 for 3 after 17.5 overs, needing 18 runs to win from 2 overs and 1 delivery. We should win from here. Needing 18 from 13 deliveries, we should win from here. Pinnock made a 100 and a 50 against Barbados in an attack that include all Griffiths and Sobers. I can just imagine the first time I ever watched a Shell Shield match. Yes, because I think that time it was Shell Shield. I Skull School to go watch it at Shedwin Park, you know. I Skull School and went to watch it at Shedwin Park. Sculling School, I did not have any money to pay going. So I was to outside the fence watching it. That time Shedwin Park never blocked up from outside. And that's where I watched it. It was not mango season, so hungry mashed me up the whole day. Come here for Skull School and go watch it. So I have to use my lunch money to go and pay bus fare to go and watch the match. That time, some big country bus. So first of all, they take a Jolly Joseph to Spanish Town, and then you hitch a bus that was going all over to reach Shedwin Park. I think a Boston the bus the name that I took and go to Shedwin Park. No worries, Chanel Henry, she have her head in her head. And when I went to that match, I saw Malcolm Marshall running in from the football field end. So Lawrence Rowe was batting towards the road end, and Marshall, it all know it dawned on me. I could not see the ball, only see Rowe back flashing and it making connection. I remember, it dawned on me. I could not. Marshall was running in hard. That lives in my memory, man. Marshall, he was really running in hard and he was letting it go. I was not seeing it. That time I was a little boy still in primary school. That's the first time I ever watched a Shell Shield match. I used my lunch money and pay bus fare to go watch it. Kelly into bow. Who's back? This one is high in the air and runs away down to the long on boundary for 4. That was high in the air. Ailey Matthews. It was Ailey Matthews. Kelly pitched up and Matthews hit it high and hard over the fielder that was in at mid-on. She chased, but she could not reach it. So that was a good shot by Ailey Matthews. Ailey Matthews is going to take this home for her team. She's going to take this match for her team. Anthony, not as graceful and elegant as Lawrence Rowe, the best out of the Jamaican. No. Okay, good. So, yeah, I heard Rowe was really classic. I heard about it, and I watched that innings as I'm telling you about Marshall. Short outside the half stump, and Matthews on her back foot and bang this between cover and extra cover. It will run away down to the boundary for 4. So runs are now fewer than the number of deliveries. West Indies need 9 runs from 10 deliveries. The captain is carrying us home to victory. What a spanking innings he's playing. Please remember to slash a like on the video and click on the subscribe button. It's free and you click only once. Good innings this from the captain. I think she's now on 68. They are not showing it, but I think she's on 68 from memory. And she drives this ball down to long on, the field on the long on boundary, and they are through for a single. So it's now 8 required from 9. We now required 8 from 9. Who is that? This is not Nation. It appeared. Who came to replace Henry? That looked like Zadia James. Well, they're not showing the name on the screen. It looks like Zadia James, but I cannot be 100% sure. It's certainly not Shady Nation. Or is it Trishan Older? Matthews to face. Skelly, ball to Matthews, and she cuts the down to backward point. The fielder kept the ball in front of her, but they are through for a single. The score moves up to 131 for 3. 8 deliveries to come, 7 runs to win. I do not know the person who is taking strike by face, and I have not yet seen her name, and the name is not on the screen. So I do not know. It's best Walsh didn't smile. John P. Mindberger take you on, you know. Gujarat. John P. Nicol Gujarat. We need one big hit. Brian H. Welcome. Anthony. Berger don't agree with that, you know. Berger don't agree with that. What is happening here? Why this gone again? Because what is on my screen, what is on my phone is delayed compared to what I'm seeing there. If you're watching the cricket, can you tell me who winners yet? Marshall versus Dujan in 1981. Dujan make a century, which got into the West Indies team. 130 to be exact. Winston Berger, I remember 130, some spanking shots. Oh boy, what an afternoon that was. Dujan playing some spanking shot. 130, I remember. 6 from 6 needed. Good. I don't understand what's going on here now. I can't understand. All of a sudden, we are to win our first match, and this thing acting up. Sorry. Yes, 6 from 7. So you said 6 from 6, John P. Nicol. We are going to win this one. Last over to start. 6 from 6. Good, Brian H. Thank you, man. I love this community here, man. Keep us up to date. I love this community. Yes. I remember Winston Berger. Berger, looks like you have been following cricket for a long time, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you, all of you, for being here. It's such a wonderful community. And we winning this match is going to put me in even a very better mood for this Friday evening. Whoa. Just a minute. That's a red stripe light lemon. I'm just seeing on my screen here 6 from 6, but you must have passed that already. Last over to start, 6 from 6. Good. Have it started yet? I'm seeing on my phone screen 6 from 6. It appears that this is coming back up. Let me see. 6. On my phone, the captain is pointing to all part of setting our field. This is what cricket about. Win or lose, the neutrals. This is a good game, but I want West Indies to win. If you think winning is not important, look what will happen to who lose. If you think winning is not important. 5 from 5 now. 134 for 3. So 134 for 3. 5 from 5 is it? Yes. So we need 4 from what? 4 from 4. 4 from 4. Good going. Oh wow, wonderful. You know that I want to go on here, so man. Never sure Carlos Brathwaite to win the International League T20 down Abu Dhabi the other day, the UAE. I never sure no? Carlos Brathwaite to run in a bowl and win the thing. How are them people, man? Are they serious? So 4 from 4. What's going on? And my phone screen is 6 from 6. They still have not taken strike yet. Carlos Brathwaite to celebrate. I'm here to watch a West Indies when I watch. Carlos Brathwaite and Ekmeyer play for the same team, and that team won the International League T20 done by Abu Dhabi. And Johnson Charles made top score. What's his name? What is his team name? Camila Victorian. Brathwaite and Ekmeyer team is what? The Gulf Giants. So the Gulf Giants won the International T20 League down at the United Arab Emirates, which Ekmeyer, I think in the finals, Ekmeyer made 20 from 13 or 14 deliveries to carry his team over the line. So they won the International League down there. And in the Bangladesh Premier League, Camila Victorians, the team of Johnson Charles. I think Johnson Charles makes 70-something in the finals, and they won the Bangladesh Premier League. Run out. 3 from 3. What's going on? You're letting me get nervous. Nabi run out. No 3 from 3. Terrible, stupid run out. That's the second run out. If Sherman and Canberra almost run out, Rashada run out, and now Nabi run out. Is it Matthew's fault? Because she's a consistent in all of them things, you know. Is it her fault? Is it her fault? So they were going back for the second. Was it? Oh, I just saw it here. They were going back for the second. Oh, Matthews was running down the strike, man. Let me see. Yeah, Matthews played the ball down to long and she turned and coming back. I'm not picking up. Whose fault is that run out? Is it that Nabi? Is it that Nabi was not backing up good enough? Because whose fault was that run out? Whose fault was that run out? Just a second. Crystal, oh yeah, let me call you back in about 5 minutes, right? Thanks. Whose fault was that? Whose fault was the run out? Whose fault was the run out? Yeah, well, Brian H., if you're captain run, you have to run, you know. If you're a youngster in the team and you're captain run, you have to run. Yeah, I just saw it go. If your captain run, you have to run. Imagine if you run out your captain. I just saw cricket go. Any team you play for, if the senior player and Nabi is a youngster, I think she's from Guyana. I think she's from Guyana. That probably again. I'm not going there. 2 from 2. Yeah, but what is the third? I remember Rashada Williams ran out when Matthews was there. That was Matthews' fault. Canberra almost ran out, and that was Matthews' fault. I am not getting a wide enough angle to see whose fault this was. The producer just not showing it. So 2 from 2. My screen is showing 3 from 3. So naturally, we have got a singer of this one. So why are they taking so long to bowl? They always take so long to bowl when it comes to this time. Well, I guess you have to set the field properly. Just a West Indies team. This was a West Indies team that played the match, and this was the Ireland team. So there's the Ireland team that was playing in the match. So anyone from Ireland watching, you can see your team there. And this was the West Indies team that was playing the match. Well, 2 from 2. So Alia Alain is batting with Ailey Matthews. 2 from 2. We are going to win this. It's not going to win the Super Over. We are going to win this. It's 2 from 2. I guess this gone already. So yeah, umpires come for a review. Save from a wicket. Win. John P. Nicol, we won. Thank you very much for that, John P. Nicol. Thank all of you for joining me for this watch along. It was a very enjoyable experience. I really appreciate you guys' company. Have a great evening. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and please click on those links and support the entities that support the Cricket Forum. Have a great one now. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones.